I'm Barry Collins and I'm editor of PC Pro. I started on PC Pro in 1998, so I did a media degree at university and worked my way up from news reporter at the time. I was news editor by the time I left. Then I went off to join the Sunday Times and worked there for 3 years. Did a stint as a Daily Mail deputy editor. Came back to PC Pro in 2006 when I was running the website and features and news for the magazine, and again worked my way up to editor in 2010. We have a print circulation of around just over 40,000 currently. We have an iPad magazine out called PC Pro Enhanced, which effectively takes the content from the magazine but adds to it with video, audio, podcast, some extra graphics and photography. So we're trying to tackle those markets. We also have apps for the Android platform for PCs on Zinio. So we're trying to cover all the bases, but it's a really early market for apps and digital magazines, and everybody's just finding their feet at the moment. I think we're going to see a huge change in that market over the next few years. In this industry, you can write about something, you can have features prepared, you can have covers prepared. Once we had an issue of PC Pro ready to go with a front cover about the budget and an 8-page feature basically inside on a way to save money using this government scheme. And they scrapped it completely unexpectedly in the budget, and we had to start from scratch with a new front cover and a new feature, just literally the day before we were going to press. And that is not easy for a print magazine.
What would you say is the most exciting story you ever covered as a journalist?
As a journalist as a whole, the July 7 bombings in London, I was working at the Daily Mail website at the time as deputy editor, and that happened live. We saw the first reports on television. We had our own staff members were down in the tube still and reporting that live, trying to make sense of what was going on, taking all of the photography that was coming in off of feeds, all of the conflicting news reports, and trying to make sense of it all. Was hugely challenging, but absolute adrenaline rush. I don't think that story kicked off at 9 o'clock in the morning. The next time I looked at my watch, it was about 5 p.m. It was an incredible day.
As you said, you spent some time working as a Daily Mail on the online team. It was when it was just starting up.
Yeah.
Right? How did it feel being part of a project like that?
It was an interesting time. I'd say at that time the newspaper really didn't want the website. They almost got dragged into it. They kept us at arm's length to some extent. We were only allowed to use 4 stories a day from the newspaper at that time. But at the same time, we were in on conference, so the Daily News Conference. I was sat in there with the newspaper editors of both the Mail and the Mail on Sunday, seeing what was going in their newspapers and how they made that decision. So on the one hand, it was fascinating. I learned a great deal. On the other, it was quite frustrating in the sense that they still hadn't fully grasped the impact of the website and what it could do for them. Boy, they've grasped it now. They're the biggest news site in the world with a staff running into the tens. That's financed the gills. It's a different beast to the one I started in 2006.
At that time, did you see it getting that big?
No, if I'm honest, no. We knew that there was a massive audience potentially there, but the beast has changed. It's what started off as a website specifically for that newspaper that very much reflected the newspaper. I think now if you look at the Daily Mail newspaper and the Daily Mail website, they're two entirely different products. The website is driven almost purely by celebrity gossip and photography, and the real sort of low-end tabloid that you might expect from the likes of the Sun and the Mirror is what is now powering the Daily Mail. I think it's a fascinating study into how you can grow 2 different brands with the same name.
Was there a particular reason you left the Mail?
I wanted my life back. I was living in, I still do live in Sussex. I was starting at 7:30. Some days you did 10 days on the spin. You didn't leave until early evening. It was a wonderful experience, but it was heavy going. It was a very frustrating experience at times. And I just decided after 6-7 years of working at newspapers that I wanted to go freelance, and I felt it would just offer me a better quality of life, and I certainly don't regret it.
And final question, do you have any advice for young journalists looking to get into particularly magazines like PC Pro?
It's tough. It's very tough. I'd say don't sell yourself short. Don't work for free for extended periods of time. I think the temptation is there at the moment to undervalue yourself. If you're good and you're good at writing, someone will pay you still, whether that's on the internet or in print. So don't feel you have to sell yourself out cheaply.